Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make a please donate thumbnail. To make this please donate thumbnail, you will need to use Photopea. Photopea is completely free. You can just get it on any browser that you want. Let me get straight into it and show you how to make a please donate thumbnail. First thing you're going to want to do is head to Catalog Avatar Creator. Just want to click on this little settings cog just here. Look for this thing that says environment. Click on this. Scroll down until you see a green option. Select that and click OK, or it might just automatically switch. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to find the right position. Just click on here, click on positions, and if you're wearing a hat, I definitely recommend tilting the hand up just like this, making this part just go inward just like this, so it looks like you have your hand on your hat. And then for this hand, what you can do is you can make it look like you're speaking. So for example, a lot of people speak using the hands. So you can just do this position. Then for the legs, you want to make it look as natural as possible. So maybe add a little bit of bend to the legs. Obviously not like that. I did that by accident. You want to make the legs like bend a little bit, just so you can see a slight little bend. And then if you're wearing core blocks, you don't really have to do anything with the core block, since no matter what you do, it don't really change anything. I'd recommend just tilting it just a little bit, just like this. As you can see, there's a little bit of a bend. Also, change your hand to how you want it. I'm just gonna mess around with this and then I'll come back to you guys. Right, and I'm done. Something important that you guys can do is you can change the scaling of your hat. Obviously you can do this in Roblox, but you can also do this in Catalog Avatar Creator just by clicking transform item, clicking no for this, and then you can literally just make the hat as big as you want, or anything, even your hair, I believe. Yeah, you can change the colour of your hair, etc. So yeah, make sure you do that. Also, make sure you wear whichever avatar you want. You could put core blocks, you could put a headless on, etc. Personally, I like to just stick with the avatar that I have. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to take a screenshot of your avatar. So the best way I find to take a screenshot of your avatar is make sure you're not fully zoomed out like this. For the thumbnail that we're creating, you want to zoom in. So you see this little cross here is about here up to your legs. Tilt it a little bit sideways because the offline donation tab's just going to be there. Then click on this thing here, the effects. Click on pose, and just click on a body part, and then unclick. And you should just see this here. Okay, from here, guys, all you want to do is you want to just exit full screen mode by clicking F11 on your keyboard. Go over to a brand new snipping tool. As you can see, I had a bacon here from one of my past thumbnails. You just want to click new. And you just want to take a screenshot of this just like this here. Make sure you don't get any of the black in the bottom, and boom, you'll take a screenshot of this. Okay, now what you want to do. Okay, so now what you want to do, that you've got the screenshot, you just want to head to photopea.com, click on new project, click on YouTube thumbnail, change the background to transparent just like this, and click create. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to just double click anywhere on your page. Make sure that you haven't got background selected. You want to hold control on your keyboard and click V. You should see the photo of you appear here. From here, what you want to do is you want to resize the object. What seems to be happening for a lot of people is that transformation controls up here will be turned off. So as you can see, you cannot resize the image. So make sure that you've got this mouse button here selected up there and click transform controls on just here. Then you'll be able to resize it. I'd recommend resizing it so it's just about here. Just make sure that the corner's touching. You can also lower it just a little bit if you want. Just make sure that it fits. I'd recommend having the arm just a little bit off the sides. Then you want to double click in it here. Go to select, click magic cut, and then AI will try to do its best to help you cut out its image. As you can see, it misses quite a lot of vital points. Well, that's completely fine. You just want to get some tools in the top. You see, you can foreground, you can erase, or you can make the background disappear. So what you want to do is you just want to go over the red just like this. Make sure that the parts that are gone, you just make sure you add a little bit of green in them. You don't have to colour in the whole thing, guys. You just have to put a dab on. So as you can see, this little green here, it's green when it shouldn't be. So what you want to do for this, instead of panicking and just like putting dots over this, you want to click on this top corner here, change the size. I'd say change it to about 3. Now what you want to do from here is you just want to hold control on your keyboard and click space. You'll zoom in so you can see your little cursor. Then you just put little dots of red just here, and any other parts where it is, just like this. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys, as the viewer won't see fully everything. your thumbnail will be a lot zoomed out. Just for comparison here, the thumbnail, the character will be a lot more zoomed out than what you actually see. So for example, if you've got any green in the hair, do not worry about that, guys. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, now once you've done that, just hit OK in the top corner, and boom, you'll be done. Now what you want to do to make the avatar pop a little bit, just delete this in the corner just here, guys. You don't really need this layer. It's just the green screen. So make sure you delete this one. And if you accidentally say you deleted this one here, hold Control and click Z on your keyboard and it'll come straight back. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to go over to this and right click on it. You want to click on blending options just like this. Move this over so you can actually see your avatar, and now you can do whichever you want. You can have freedom. I definitely recommend not doing something stupid, for example doing this, because it'll make your avatar look really weird. What you want to do is you just want to do whatever I do, guys. I mean, you can copy me, just make sure you follow what I do to get some of the best results on Photopea. What you can do is you can add drop shadow here, and as you can see it leaves a little bit of a trail behind. What I'd recommend doing is putting this distance on 1. You can just rewrite it, put the spread on a lot higher so the black's there, and then put the size to quite a bit so you can see it. You don't want to overdo it. For example this, it'll look weird. You just want to, I'd say, put it on about 40 to 49, or you can even put it lower, it's up to you. And now what you want to do is you want to change the black colour here. Just click on it and change it to whichever colour you want. For example, for my avatar, I'm going to change it to like a reddish colour to make it look better. So now that you've got the colour that you're happy with, just choose whichever colour you want. Don't worry, guys, because this is not the end. It won't look this bad. You just want to click OK and change the blend mode. Instead of multiply, you want to change it to normal, or you can even change it to dissolve. Just do whatever you guys want. You can change it to lighten. Just go through all of these, see if you like them. Do whichever you guys want. What I'm going to do for this example, I'm going to use normal and just mess around with the settings so it knows that you definitely picked that. Change the opacity to just a little bit, like you can make it see-through, just like this. And what this will do, guys, is it'll make your avatar just pop just a little bit more. Make it a little bit darker if you want. Okay, now that you've done that, all you want to do is you just want to turn on outer glow here. Change the colour to whichever colour you want. You can use white if you want. You can use black, you can use red, or whichever colour your avatar is. As you can see, if you look at the hand for reference, you can see that it does like a little bit of an outline. What I'm going to do for this, guys, is I'm just going to add a bit of black, because it makes it stand out just a little bit more. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a bit of inner glow, just like this. What I am going to do for this one is I'm probably going to make it red, as it just adds a little bit of a glow, as you can see, all around it, just like this, boom. And guys, if you would like it to, you can add inner shadow. All this does is make the shadowing a little bit different. Also, if you want to change the colours on stuff, make sure you double click it to make sure you fully selected it. As you can see, this inner shadow, it makes like it have a shadow on the image. Personally, I don't normally use this, but obviously you can change the colour on it, make it look different. I do not like using this, so I'm going to untick this just for the purpose of this video. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the avatar. Click OK, and you're done for the avatar. Okay, now what you want to do is you just want to head over to Please Donate. I'd recommend definitely joining the private server, as it'd add a better effect. Okay, and as you guys can see, I'm in Please Donate now. And the first thing that you want to do is you want to take a screenshot of this GIF UI just here. So what I'll do for this is I just go over to the water. If you guys are doing this when it's not the winter update, then you can still do it in the water, but it's probably easier on the ice. But yeah, guys, just because the ice is frozen for me and that this is no longer a lake doesn't mean that you guys can't do it. If you're doing this in a different server, for example it's summer, then you'll have a different event happening. It still works for the lake. You just want to go over here since it has the biggest base colour, so the AI can pick up that you don't want this background colour. Okay, now what you want to do is you just want to get your snipping tool once again. Just take a screenshot of this. Try to leave out as much background as you possibly can. You see, I went a little bit too down there, and I missed out quite a lot of the GIF UI, so I'm just going to redo that. Make sure you get the whole thing in. Try to avoid using so much background, just like this, guys. Okay, now you want to do is make sure that that's copied. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to head over to Brave. Make sure you're on Photopea once again, and you'll see your image here. What I'd recommend, guys, is if you want to add colours to the UI, all you want to do is you just want to go into a new tab, type in photopea.com, go to new project, repeat the exact same steps as before, transparent, create, just like this. And then all you want to do is hold Control and V on your keyboard. Do the same thing again, just double tap this, click select, click magic cut, just like that, and then it'll disappear. Make sure that all of it's gone, just like this. Make all the colours disappear. Add green. You might struggle a little bit with this, but it's alright, guys. It always happens to me. You have to mess around with it a little bit until it gets perfect. But just like this, as you can see, there's a little bit of colour down there. Not to worry, guys. It won't really matter when you're actually making the thumbnail. If you care about it that much, you can click on this little eraser tool. It'll ask you if you want to rasterize the image before you do it. Just click yes. It might not do it in this case, yeah it don't. But you can just cut out the little bits of at the bottom. Or if you don't have any bits in the bottom, then you'll be completely fine here. But for this purpose, for the purpose of the video, I'm just going to do this just like that, boom. Alright, now it's time to change the colour of the UI. So all you want to do is you want to go down to this thing. You don't have to have this layer selected, you really don't. You just want to go down to this little button here, which looks like a half and half circle. Just click on this, go over to hue/saturation, like this. Now you want to click on this little arrow icon just here, then click on the pink little gift thing here. Make sure you don't click on this or anything else. You want to just click on this, or you can even click on this down here, but I just recommend clicking on this. Alright, now for example, say you want it to be red, for example, to match my avatar, or to match yours. You just want to change the hue, get the right colour that you want, change the lightness, do whichever you want with it, guys. If you want it orange, change the colours. You can even mess with the saturation. I like having the saturation all the way up. You guys might not. It makes it look brighter. And just, yeah, change the hue to whatever you want. And then once you're happy with that, just close out this properties tab just by clicking this. And make sure, this is a really important part, you need to click on a different thing. So for example, you need to click on layers, because if you kept having that selected and you want to go click back on this, it'd get rid of all your progress and it'd convert it back to an old colour. Okay, I just changed it to look more red, and just as soon as you're happy with it, guys, that's completely fine. Make sure you haven't got it selected again, and just click File, Export as, PNG, then literally just export it as. You can literally call it whatever you want. For the purpose of this video, I'm actually just going to call it vid. You can click save just like this. Go to Photopea, click on this little downloads tab just like this. Scroll it down just like that, guys. Okay, now you'll see it in Photopea. Okay, now what you want to do from here, you just want to make it a lot bigger. Just like that, so it matches the colour of your avatar. If you want it to overlap your hand, you can do this. But I actually prefer it underlapping my hand. So I'm going to do that, just like this. Then you can make it as big as you want. Something that I'd recommend to make your thumbnail just look a little bit better is twisting it round, just like this. Twist it round. If you can see that the offline donation is getting a little bit like low quality, just quite literally make it a bit smaller. It'll try increase the quality, but honestly, the viewers won't really like see that when they're actually looking at the thumbnail. The thumbnail's a lot smaller. How the viewers is going to see your thumbnail, it's going to be more like this. So don't really worry about that. And obviously, they won't actually see this like this. They won't see all the low quality. What they'll see is they'll just see something like this on the screen. But if you really care about that, obviously don't tilt it too much. Bigger. Don't tilt it too much. Just tilt it just. So as you can see, the lines are just. To be fair, you don't really have to tilt it. I'd recommend tilting it just a little bit, guys. Okay, this is a pretty important part, which a lot of people missed out. So what you can do is you can add your own font to this. And the way that you do this is you can just select this over here. Make sure you have the brush tool selected. The way I can change the tools, just go over to the tool. You can right click on it. You can change it by just right clicking on it here. And as soon as you want to draw an image, it will ask to get rasterized. Just click yes. If you want to change the colour of the brush, you just want to head down over here, click on this. Make sure you have the right colour. The tag for this is F3, F3, F3. So if you actually want to draw over it, I would not recommend doing this, guys. This is only if you want to add your own font. So you can just draw over these messages just like this. and then you can just get the text, the little T there, open up a little bit of a text box, and you can just type whichever you want. Obviously make it black, you can select whichever font you want. I would not recommend doing that. Something which is pretty much easier to do is if you just head over to Roblox over here, you see how it says username, you can just write out your username. I'd recommend using all caps, just like this, and then just put subscribe and like. Make sure you don't put 2 spaces like I just did. And then what you can do is if you just get the snipping tool, just like this, you can take a screenshot of this here, just like that, and it'll match the exact colour of this. You know how to paste it, just hold Control and V, and it'll come up. Make sure that it's on top. If you can't see it, it's probably because it's down there. You just want to put the layer on top, just like this. Also, if you can't resize things or tilt it, you need to make sure that if you're using an ad blocker, you just click OK on the pop-ups. Okay, now what you want to do is get it in line, just like this. Make sure that this is in line. Change how big you want it. You can have it just how big you want it, just like that. Obviously, make sure it's on point. Tilt it a little bit if you've tilted the offline donations UI. And then boom, move it over a bit. If the colour's a little bit off, it might just be a little bit off, but the viewers aren't going to notice that. If you were to go really, really close to this, the colour, as you can see, it's just a little bit off. Literally just like one shade, like a tiny little shade. So don't worry about that, guys. Then just repeat the exact same thing for your username here. You just want to get the snipping tool out. I like the thing that says your username, like that. You want to do the same, Control V, just like that. Make sure it's on the top layer. Make it bigger to match the UI of your offline donations. Tilt it a little bit, just like this. I might make it a little bit smaller. But then just have a look at it. If you're not happy with it, you can change it, obviously. Like, I'm not massively happy with this, so I'm going to change it around, just like that. Tilt this a bit more. Change this just around, just like this, guys. And boom, as you can see, it's already coming to life. Basically tilt it until you're happy with it. There we go. And I'm happy with that, guys. As you can see, this is already coming along pretty nicely. Just like this. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to head back to Roblox. Full screen Roblox. Actually, you don't have to full screen Roblox. Actually, you probably shouldn't full screen Roblox because we're going to be taking a screenshot of the island. What I'd recommend when you want a screenshot of the island, try to make sure that there's not that many blimps in the air. Obviously, there's like loads of blimps in the air. Just wait for them all to be over. In a massive period of someone getting blimped, for example, like what's happening now, people have just been absolutely massively blimped. People are buying promotion blimps. So I'm just going to wait for all this to be over. And the blimps are almost over. Okay, now what you want to do is you just want to close chat just like this. Make sure you're in the right spot. You can zoom out a little bit, or you can just go down to this, the ground. What I like to do is I like to zoom out, get the Christmas tree in it. If you play them when the Christmas tree is not there, obviously the fountain will be there instead. But yeah, for me right now, the Christmas tree is there, so I'm gonna try to get the Christmas tree in. Now you just want to go to snipping tool, click new, and just take a screenshot. Try to leave out all the other stuff in the background, but they won't really see it since we're gonna add some blur to this. You can put your hotbar in it, you don't have to. You can just do whatever you guys want. And then once you took the screenshot, all you want to do is head over to Photopea again. Alright, just head to Photopea, make sure this image is copied. And then once you're here, just hold Control and V. Making sure that transformation control commands are on. Now what you want to do is you just want to make this smaller, just like this. Put this just over that, just like that. You don't want to see the whole thing. Say if you've accidentally included something that you want. The quality on this image does not matter, guys. Do not worry about the quality of this image. It can be extremely blurry. It really doesn't matter, because what we're about to do will make it look really blurry anyway. So as you can see, the background's just locked down here. Now what you want to do is you want to go up to this thing that says filter. You've got two options for this. You just want to go into blur. You can rather do motion blur and just make the motion blur pretty high, and it does this. Or what you can do is you can go back to blur, you can select Gaussian blur. What the Gaussian blur does is it just absolutely blurs everything out. I actually do prefer using the Gaussian blur, so that's what I'm going to use for this video. Also, to make sure that your images are stuck down, as you can see, if you accidentally move these, there might be a pain to get back in. So just click on these until you see a circle, making sure that transformation controls are on, and then you just want to get this little thing here, and just move it to the same icon as them. Obviously move your avatar to the top if you want it to be over. If you want the avatar to be under, move it under. But I like it to be over. Okay, now what you want to do, you want to just click on these, hold shift on your keyboard and then click on this. As you can see, it selects all three of these layers. So layer 3 is this, layer 2 is subscribe and like, and this vid thing is a UI GIF navigation. So what you can actually do is you can convert these to a smart image. But before you do that, guys, what you want to do is you want to click on this, turn on blending options, click on drop shadow, and turn drop shadow on. What you want to do for the drop shadow is you've got two options. You can just make it black or you can make it white. Really up to you guys. Do whichever you want. If you're having troubles with the bottom, like I am, that's pretty sad. I mean, it looks terrible. You can make it white if you want. As you can see, it doesn't really make a big difference. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it black and I'm just going to go over them real quick. Okay, and then once you've got the drop shadow, just click OK. As you can see, every thumbnail doesn't come out quite perfect, and I just forgot to convert this to an image. Right, so all you want to do, hold shift, highlight all these, right click on it, click convert to smart image, just like this. And now whenever you move it, your username, subscribe and like will move with it. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a little bit of an eraser just like this, to make sure that I can get rid of all these bottom things here. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to open up a new tab and search for Robux icon. So, as you can see, there's loads of Robux icons here. The one that I'm going to pick for this video is I'm just going to pick this one down here. You can get any Robux icon you want. You could even get a white one and then just recolor it using blending options. I'll close Discord real quick. Yep, but just copy the image, go into Photopea, and then just paste it again just like this. If it spawns in massive like that, just make it smaller. Why did it go white? Did I pick a white one? Anyway, yeah, if you want to change colours on it, go to blending options, click on colour overlay, and you can change it to whichever colour you want. What I'm going to do for this is I'm going to make it a pretty bright red. I'm going to add a little bit of outer glow to it, and I'm going to change the outer glow to red. You can see you've recently used colours just down here. So I'm going to match all the colours on this. Match all the colours on this. Boom. Just like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click OK. I'm going to go to filter. I'm going to click blur. I'm going to click Gaussian blur. Then I'm going to blur this out. Not too much so it turns like this. What you want to do is you want to just blur it. I'd say to about, just so you can actually see that it's a Robux icon. Do as much as you want. I'm going to do 6.4 for this. Then what you want to do is you just want to make it smaller, tilt it a little bit. If you cannot resize it, make sure that you have these transform controls selected. And if you can't tilt it, you've probably got a little, are you using ad blockers pop up there. Just click OK. And then what you want to do is you just want to move it up to the corner. And then just put this under all the layers apart from the background so it's still visible. Now what you can do, you can just move it wherever you want. Make sure you've got it highlighted just like this. You just want to go over to the Robux icon, click on it, hold Control C, and then hold Control on your keyboard, click C to copy it, and then to paste it, you just want to hold Control again and click V, and it'll paste it. Now what you want to do is you can just move it to any part of it, twist it round, you can make it smaller, you can make it massive. You know what else is good for this? You can make the icons really big. So you could make them absolutely massive like this, but I would not recommend doing that. Just make them a decent size, make some small, make some big, move some over. Honestly, just experiment with it until you're happy with it. Like this, move some over here, resize it, like that. Smaller. Until you're happy with it. Make sure you move it into some of these empty spots. I accidentally selected that. You want to make sure you keep the mouse on. Just move these round, obviously copy them into empty spots. Don't go absolutely crazy with this, otherwise it'll start looking bad. Just pretty much just move it wherever you want. Tilt it, just like I'm doing here, guys. Obviously don't copy the exact same layout as me, because you want to have original thumbnails. You don't want to just like copy other people's content. Yep, just like this. I'd make this one a bit bigger. Alright, and I'm happy with this. Alright, well, a lot of people will just stop right here. But I'm going to do one extra step to make sure that I get the best quality with it. I'm going to open up another tab, and I'm going to search flying dollars. Flying, I can't spell, flying dollars, just like this. You should see a bunch of results. Use whichever one you'd like, guys. It really does not matter. Don't use one with a man in, obviously. You just want a photo which, like, just looks normal. Like, for example, I'm gonna use... Which one should I use? Try not to get one that has too many. I'll use this one here, why not? Don't go copying all this, just type flying dollars in and look for a different one. I mean, you could use this, you could use this. I just wanted to use this one. You don't go searching for this, guys. It's a waste of time. Alright, open up Photopea, Control V, just like this, paste the image. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, you have to right click on it, click copy image, just like that, and then paste it into a new tab. Now what you want to do, double click on it to make sure it's fully selected, and then just do magic cut on it, select, magic cut, and then you will be missing some dollars. Just literally do a little bit of a green dot, literally just click green over it, green there, and then when you click OK, it might look a bit bad, like obviously it's going to look bad, but what you want to do is you want to size it down just like this. And what I'd do for this, guys, is I'd make this a bit smaller, not a bit smaller, I'd make this, well yeah, I would make it a bit smaller, but I'm going to put it underneath the Robux, right, just like this, to add a nice little dollar effect. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click filter, blur, click Gaussian blur, and just turn it up, just like this, just so it adds a little bit of decoration. Then just do Control Z, Control V, Control V, Control C, Control V, and then just put these all over. Don't go absolutely crazy because it'll make it look weird. Obviously make them bigger, put them wherever you want. I'd recommend just putting them like in loads of places to the thumbnail. It'll make it look pretty good. It just fills in those empty gaps that are there for absolutely no reason, just like this. Don't put too many in one area, it'll look weird, just like that. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Add just a little bit of this, like that, and boom. That's the thumbnail complete, guys. Now from here, what you want to do is you just want to click File, Export As. Make sure you select PNG, as that's a typical thing that YouTube accepts. It may not accept a GPG or any of these other stuff. So make sure that you put this as a PNG. How can you save it as an MP? How can you send a photo of an MP4? I have no idea. Just save it as a PNG, right? And then call it, like, for example, I'm gonna call it ACB12's Please Donate Thumbnail. Boom. And then just click save as, and boom, that's done. Oh my god, people are going absolutely crazy blimping everyone today. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video on how to make a please donate thumbnail. I hope to see you guys using thumbnails such just like this. I hope this video gets a decent amount of views. To be fair, it probably won't even get over 100, but it'll worth a tutorial. Even if I just help 50 people out, I'm glad that I helped someone out. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. Bye everyone.